Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna do a work get ready with me. So it is, what time is it? It is 7:45. I dropped my kids off at school, so I like to do that typically prior to getting ready. It's just a little bit easier. So I'm gonna share with you how I typically get ready and the makeup I do for a typical travel day. So today I'm gonna be driving about an hour and a half for a meeting at a customer site. I like to keep it pretty simple. Today it's gonna be more business casual. There are days where I'm gonna be in a facility and it's no jewelry, no makeup, where it's very, very minimal. Then I'll share with you my typical outfit for a business casual meeting. So first off, I've been trying to get better about wearing sunscreen. I'm also gonna quickly put on some, this is Blistex with SPF of 30. Wow, this really smells good. It almost smells like marshmallowy. I love the way this smells. I'm gonna put on a little bit of lip oil. My lips have been so dry this winter. I feel like I say that every winter. But I like to put on a little bit of like a lip oil at the start of my makeup routine. So then by the time I'm ready to do my liner, my lips are like nice and moisturized and not so crusty. So I'm gonna be taking, this is the e.l.f. Suntouchable Whoa Glow 30 SPF. It's actually really nice. However, if you put a moisturizer on under it, I find that it is very moisturizing already. You will get some pilling. I'm just gonna apply this onto my face and onto my neck. And I also like to put it on my hands. So it also has, let's see, aloe hyaluronic acid and squalene. And it provides a really nice, pretty sheen. Gives you like a nice glow under your makeup. So I'm gonna do a little bit of foundation here. This is the Tarte face tape that I love. I am in the shade Light Neutral. I'm gonna blend it in with this brush. This is the Morphe M439. It has been a favorite for a long time. I'm gonna go pretty light-handed with the foundation, but this is nice because it's very full coverage. This brush is just, I always come back to it. It's my favorite. With everything going on with Morphe, I'm gonna be sad if I can no longer purchase this. So I just did like one little drop. So I never realized this is actually sun protection and makeup primer. So it does have a nice stick to it. So I think that's why I'm able to get away with using less foundation. And I like this brush a lot too because it doesn't suck up a lot of the product like some other brushes do. And I like to keep this routine pretty quick. Like if I wasn't filming it, I could get it done very quickly. So then I'm gonna take some concealer. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. concealer. I have two different shades that I'm gonna mix because I'm still pretty fair and just brighten up my under eyes. I don't know why I've had the worst post nasal drip. It's just beyond annoying. I'm gonna blend that out here with a sponge and then put a little excess, whatever's left over, onto my eyelids to just prime them out. Yeah, so my work day is pretty much always different. It's never the same. Some days I am just working remote from home. Other days I am traveling to see customers. And what I love about it is that it's never the same. Like it's not the same thing every day. It's always a new challenge, new project. And I get to go to a bunch of different locations. So I'm not just like confined to one space. It's funny because I started this channel as a hobby probably like 4 to 5 years ago, and I put in as much time as I can, but it's challenging because I can only really work at it during my free time, and with a full-time job and 2 kids, as you can imagine, that's why I can only manage to do like 1 video a week. So I'm just setting my under eye with the NYX. This is the HD banana powder. It just brightens things up, and I'm just focusing it on my under eye and then also on my forehead, and then from like here down. So I'm leaving the cheek section pretty uncovered because I'm gonna use liquid blush. This is the Rare Beauty. I have a few of these shades, but it is the shade Happy. It's like a very bright, punchy color, but you only need 1 dot, or at least that's all I need. Just gonna do 1 dot, and that's way more than sufficient. So I've tried blending these out with sponges. I find that using a brush is the most efficient way, just for me personally. And as you can see, like a little bit is going a long way. So I look nice and awake and alive. And we're gonna do a little bit of highlight. Typically for work, I don't get crazy with the highlight. I just like to keep it simple, or simple for me. So I'm gonna use the Born to Glow. I've been loving this, and I'm gonna mix this darker pink with the gold and just add a little bit, because I find that this blush is like very dewy and it already kind of gives you a nice glow. I'm gonna clean up my brows a little bit with the Anastasia. Did get them microbladed and shaded, which saves me so much time. I can show you the before pic, but like this eyebrow, some of the foundation got in it. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. But most days I don't even need to do anything to my brows unless I choose to. It's just when the makeup gets in them that it changes the ink color and makes it look like a little bit faded and greenish. But totally worth it in my opinion if you can find a good artist. And I was thinking about doing it for like years. I did a whole video on this. I'll put it up above if you want to check it out. But in my opinion, so worth it. I'm gonna take a little bit. This is the NYX Brow Glue. I've been liking this. It's like a little goopy. And I have this shade Dark Brown. So you only need a little bit, because if you go ham with this, you're gonna get like, it's gonna look a little tacky, like a white, almost gluey. That makes sense. That didn't make sense at all, but it just gets like a little funky. So I am going to do a little bronzer on my face. I'm using the NYX. This is the matte bronzer. It is so nice. This is the shade Medium. I find it very similar to like the Hoola. It's just a perfect color. It almost has a reddish undertone. And it blends out really pretty too. I'm just gonna take the bronzer and use it as eyeshadow, and I'm just adding that into the crease and like the transition area. Just makes things look really pretty, and it's super simple. Just a couple windshield wiper motions and you're good to go. And typically I don't do anything else with my eyes aside from mascara. Today I might put a little bit of the Super Shock on my lid just to add a little something. But going back to the YouTube piece, I would like to be able to do more than just the one video. But right now it's all about priorities. And as of right now, this is just what's been working for me. This is what's been manageable for me. And I do really like long form content. So I'm like newer to TikTok. And it's just totally different. I feel like I will always really like the long form content. So this is the Super Shock. I'll do a little zoom in. I love this shade. This is in the shade Ritz. And it is just so easy to just pop on your lid, just kind of blend out, and it's very pretty. But again, like I really like the long form content. I like to connect with people. I like to watch longer videos and reviews, but I do also enjoy the short form content as well. What do you guys like? Do you still like YouTube? Do you still like the longer videos? I don't see it going away, but then I also saw that I think TikTok, now you can do up to 10 minutes. So I was just like, it's all vertical video. If you guys follow me over on Instagram and even now on the shorts, I try to make shorter form content and put it like on my shorts and on my channel. And then it's like you get so many more views and it seems like so many more people are engaged in liking it. And I guess it's all about like prioritizing your time. If you only have X amount of hours in a day, who do you want to watch? That's like the biggest thing. It's like, I would like to be able to catch up on everything, but just realistically you can't. You can't do it all. Put a little bit of, this is like a cream colored liner in the shade Silky Nude, just because I feel like I am so tired. I slept like garbage again last night, and this will just make me look a little bit more awake. I feel like my eyes are super bloodshot. For mascara, I am going to do, I've been like trying to rotate them out. The primer I like is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I'm gonna do some primer first, and then I think I'm gonna do the Telescopic, the new one, the Lift one. The one that created all that drama. I'm trying to like keep up with the TikTok world. So it's a Telescopic Lift. It's such a weird applicator. I love the original Telescopic. I used to always layer it over my Lash Paradise. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that, because it was like my go-to routine forever. But this brush is so strange because it's flat on the one side and like just goopy with product, and then on the other side, there's bristles. So it's hard not to like stab your eye. I'm gonna go in, I've used it a couple of times and I thought it was nice. It's just an interesting wand. So that's just the flat side. And I'm actually gonna go over to this side just because I don't want it to come out clumpy. And I feel like because of the way this brush is shaped, you are more likely to get transfer from your mascara onto your lids, which is super annoying because I don't feel like I normally deal with that, but we can fix that later. So now I'm gonna go back in because it's probably nice and tacky with the brush side. I'm gonna try to comb this out. Like, it is nice. I don't know if I necessarily understand all the hype with it. I guess I'm just not on board with the applicator yet, but it's just because I'm not used to it yet, so I really don't want to say too much, but it is really pretty. Like, look at that. And I normally don't like to go ham with my mascara when I'm going to work meetings. Like, I like to just put on a couple of coats and make it look more natural and not as like dramatic, like I'm going to a New Year's Eve party or something. Now that I'm playing with it more, I do see the potential of it to be really, really good. Normally I layer my mascaras, and with this, I don't think you need to. And I don't trust this for the bottom. I feel like I would make a mess. So I'm gonna take the Tarte. This is the Lash Smoothie. This stuff is amazing. Like, I love this mascara. For lips, I typically like to just use the Maracuja Lip Plump. It's so easy. You can just keep it in your bag, pop it on, reapply through the day. But first, I need to line my lips because I feel like my lip lines are invisible. So this is the Wet n Wild. This is the Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner, and it's in the shade Bear to Comment. It's a really good, affordable liner, and it's a really pretty color. I like to just create a more defined lip. It does smell weird though. It's got like a weird smell to it. I don't know that I've ever really noticed it that much. But it's gliding on so nice because I put the chapstick and the lip oil on about 20 minutes ago. And then this is in the shade Dragon Fruit. It's like a really pretty, almost like a deep berry. Very comfortable, very moisturizing, and I like that it gives some color, but it's not like a crazy amount of color. I'm just gonna add a little bit more powder just to kind of set it down a little bit more. I don't want to be looking all slicked out in an hour when I get up there. So for hair, I pretty much always do it up when I'm working, depending on if I'm being more hands-on. I don't like it in my face. So we're just gonna keep it simple. I typically just do like a braid bun or I'll do a clip. So I'm just gonna do a little part in the center here. I did just put some dry shampoo in it. It's just a Beach Bum texture dry shampoo. I've been trying to just wash my hair every other day. I have a dry scalp, but it's also like dandruff prone, which is really annoying. And it's only like up in this section, and it's always worse as with everything else in the winter. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of gel. Typically I'll just spray and add a little bit of gel. So I just keep it in a little thing, but it is let me pull it out. It's actually my daughter's that I always use for her gymnastics. It's the Eco Style Olive Oil Gel is the one that I use. I'll link it down below. It's really nice. Doesn't make your hair greasy or anything like that. And I only use just like a little bit. And just to kind of tame any flyaways. So my daughter, she's in gymnastics, and it's perfect for doing her hair because it doesn't get like hard and crunchy, which is really nice. It's very flexible, but it does keep everything in place, and it doesn't look greasy because it's a very like natural olive oil. So once you brush it and it dries down, it does look very natural. I'm gonna do like a mid pony today. Just give it a little tight squeeze there. Then I'm gonna quickly just braid the ponytail. Try to like bend down so you can see a little bit better. I didn't do it today, but that gel is also great for smoothing like your whole hair. So if you want to do like a braid like this, it'll keep everything in place. So I'm just gonna wrap it around. I'm just securing it with another pony. This takes literally 5 minutes. Just take a bobby pin, secure the side, and that's it. So let's go get dressed and pick out an outfit. All right, so typically I always do like a Portofino button-up dress shirt and a pair of dress pants. And I did just do a closet clean out and declutter because my closet was getting out of control for spring. So that will either be up next week or you already saw it, the video. So I have to figure out what color I want to wear here today. Typically, if I have like an early morning meeting, I will pick it out the night before just because it makes things so much easier than trying to like scramble and figure out what color I feel like wearing. I think we're gonna go this one. So this is the Express Portofino. It's like a ruffle, almost like, it's not silk, but it kind of gives that appearance. And I have these in almost every color just because they're so comfortable and they look really nice and professional. And then for pants, I'm just gonna go easy. I'm gonna go black. And I also love Express pants. And I love the newer styles that they have because they don't have buttons. I do like the ones with the buttons, but they almost feel like you're wearing a pair of heavy yoga pants. So flattering, so comfortable. And then I also have them in this beautiful sage green that's really pretty. But today we're gonna do black, and then depending on where I'm going, I'm not going in any like manufacturing areas or anything like that today. So it's just gonna be more of like an office setting. So I'll just go in with some boots. For jewelry, just gonna keep it simple. I think I'm just gonna go in with these really cute pearl earrings. I'm not going to do a bracelet or a necklace. So these shirts are nice. You can do them out or in. I feel like I always tuck it in. I only have like one hand here, but I'll have to fix this in a minute. Because then I'm going to put a blazer on over. These are the pants. They're high-waisted. They're so stretchy and comfortable, as you can see. I am about 5'5", and these are size small, so the length is really good too. They're nice and stretchy and comfortable to drive in. Everything that you would want, and just so comfortable. Like, you don't have to worry about buttons digging in. You don't have to worry about eating a big lunch and feeling all stuffed up and too full. And then I'm just gonna put on this blazer. That's it. This is typically what I wear. Sometimes there's a case where I have to be in a manufacturing location and I would wear more like flats or even steel toe boots. So depending on that would determine like how my hair and makeup is, but I always like to keep it back pretty much. It's just easier for my job. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought it would be fun to kind of share more of like a day in my work life and getting ready for that. And another quick note is I always keep a little lint roller, like the little travel one, in my car. It just makes it easier, especially when you're on the road and you're driving and you want to quickly just, you know, get the lint off, especially if you like to wear black like me. So I will link everything down below. Outfit details, things like that, some good alternatives. I get a lot of my work stuff at Express, but I also get some stuff from like Target. So all different price ranges. I will link everything down below that I did on my face, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.